what's up y'all, welcome back to my channel. So we're going to talk about my June favorites. I also did a look using majority of my June favorites, so definitely check out that video. It might be posted already or it might be getting posted like a day or two after, so just check. But yeah, I have a whole bunch of things I want to show y'all. One, before I even start, like of course, like I don't think I've ever really thought about the mirror, but I got this mirror from Imprecious Vanity, and this is the little Care Bear collection, and I like it because, like, as you can see, it's dirty as fuck, because when I do my makeup, I'm not gonna lie, I be all over the place, but it's magnetic, so, like, whenever I do my lashes, or if I need to see something up close, because, like, mind you, I don't always wear my contacts, like, I don't have my contacts on right now, so, like, sometimes I cannot see as far away, like, the camera, like, I can see myself, but it's, like, it's not in focus. So I love this. Now you see my little setup or whatever, but yeah, this is one thing that I love. I got this when they had a sale going on like months ago, so definitely check out whenever they're having sales. I feel like they have them around like the holidays, because you know that's just what brands be doing. The next thing are these eyeliner lashes. They're actually the ones I have on right now. They're like half lashes. They are the Foamic Royal lashes, and yeah, like I just put like I put one closer to the end first, and then I'll add the one in the middle, and like they were stuck together because I glued them together from the last time I used them. So I just put them on like this, but these are cute. Like, these are probably one of my favorite ones that I see from drugstores and stuff, because like I feel like the lashes that be having in like regular stores is like not like beauty supply stores. I feel like they just have like different types of lashes, and they're like not too much, but they're not like crazy big, if that makes sense, because like I have smaller eyes, so like I have been in this era of like wearing lashes that, like, you know, they give me a little drama or whatever, but like I don't want it to cover my entire eye look, because I worked hard for this shit, so we're not covering her up, okay? Next thing I want to show y'all is this Made by Mitchell highlighter duo. This is Cupid on the wrist. Love this highlighter duo. Like, I usually use this champagne one. This is the one I use for this look. Whenever I'm doing a look and I don't really want a highlighter that's gonna like basically take away from the look, I usually use this. Like, whenever I'm doing a neutral look, instead of doing like golden like highlighters, I've been using this one, and I absolutely love it. As you can see, she has a little dent. Like, we're getting into it, but this one is also cute, so I'll swatch it right here. So that's the pink one, and then the champagne one is right here. But that's what they look like, and he has like a whole bunch of duos. I have like I think 2 or 3 more of like these like highlighter duos, but this is the one I use the most. This is actually the highlighter I probably do use the most. Okay, bronzer. The One Size bronzer, this is the Made for Shade Deep Trio. I use the one in the middle because I do like a warmer bronzer, and this one I feel like is a little bit too light for me, but it could give me like a little slight effect. And this one, like I would have to want like a deep sculpt. Like I would probably layer it, like use a smaller brush and like define it. But yeah, this middle one, me and her to go together real bad. I use this all the time. Mascara, I like to use the REM Beauty. This is their lifting mascara. I use this for my bottom lashes. It's like smaller, but it's not too big, but like I literally just like put it on like that. And yeah, I love a lifting mascara for underneath my lashes or my bottom lashes, because I feel like it's a little bit more precise than me using my volumizing mascara, because then I would like I like the little sultry like messy look, but I don't want it to be too messy that look crazy, you feel me? Setting sprays, one of my favorite ones I've been using is the Set and Play from Scratch by Cat. The top is not on there, it's in the drawer. Like the tops of my setting sprays be falling off because I have them like laid out in the drawer, because I don't really have that much space to put them in. But yeah, this is their super seamless spray. This is the 18-hour fixing spray. I use this to set my face today. I use this like after I do my highlighter and stuff. I actually like use this to set my face. You know me, you know I love this shadow stick from About Face. This is in the shade Kill the Lights, and it's a creamy, like this is how much I have left, but this is my most used like eye pencil. I put this on like almost every time I do my makeup. Do you see how pigmented that is? And it's bigger, so I feel like it's easier for me to apply it, and I don't have to sharpen it, which I absolutely love. But yes, this girl, I feel like this would be something that's always in my favorite. I try not to talk about it too much because I'm always wearing it, but I love her for a reason. But if I could find some different brands like black, I've been looking for a black one from so many different brands, but like I don't be seeing it. And like the closest one I have is like a like pearlescent like dark gray, but it's not the black. Like black and the dark gray, like they look completely different. They can kind of give the same effect, but I know when I look at my face, it's not the same. Bronzer, again, the Curve Case from Made by Mitchell. Everybody talks about the Curve Case, but I absolutely love her. And as you can see, I have dented her. This is my favorite shade. This is Shade and Laid. I usually either use Chocolate Charm or Shade and Laid, or if I just want to do something different, I would take Blending Snatch. Rituation, I have this actually in liquid form too. It's just like a deeper bronzer or contour for me. Like I wouldn't necessarily go for it every day because I don't like too much of a contour, but this one, girl, because look how much And I've been trying to use the blushes more, and they're pretty good. I just usually use different blushes because I go for like different colors, but I love the curved case. If you're newer to makeup, or if you just want to be able to like have a product where you can like try different things and not spend too much money, I feel like this is a good like product to use. And I will eventually probably be adding this to my like kit, my makeup kit for client stuff. So the Stone palette from Get Stone. I've had this for like forever, but I like wasn't using it as much because I was using like this other product. But this one, Chef's Kiss, as you can see, she's a little bent up and dented. Like, look how messy the hell we is. I told y'all, when I be doing my makeup, I be going for it. But Champagne is one of my favorite shades. That's the shade that I actually put on my like lids today in my cut crease. That's what she looks like. The shimmers are beautiful, I'm not gonna lie. This one was like Nugget, I believe. It's like this is the one that I used to use all the freaking time, but they're very, very pigmented. And I feel like, I don't know if they're still on the website or not, but if you can find this, I feel like this is a great shimmer palette to have because it has so many different colors. If I was going out of town or something, I just needed like makeup and I was trying to condense how much makeup I brought, I probably would bring this Stone palette because there's so many different looks that you could do. And you can actually use like these shadows for a highlighter. I've done it before. I'm not afraid to use makeup for what it's not used for. Like, I would literally just experiment with shit. But yes, I love this palette and I love Get Stone in general. Their Rhinestones are some of my favorite Rhinestones. It's the ones I have on. I'm gonna show you in a second, but yes. So going ahead and speaking about Get Stone's Rhinestones, I have Champagne. This is probably one of my most used ones. I use it a lot of time when I do like blonde brows. I like to use this in my eyebrow slit, as you can see. But this time I use Baby Girl, and I feel like Baby Girl is one of my other favorites, and I just wanted to add it for this look. And I feel like this is actually really cute. I've never really done a champagne look like this with the rhinestones like this, but this is a moment. Like, I love a cut crease, and if I want to add some extra like drama to it, the rhinestones, chef's kiss. So my favorite eyeshadow palette at the moment is the Ariel Beauty palette. This is their Principessa palette, and that's basically princess in like Italian. I took Italian in college. It's crazy. Like, I would still be taking it and like speaking it now, but like I'd be all over the place. But yeah, this is the eyeshadow palette, and I usually use at least these two shades. This is what I use for this eyeshadow look today, and I did use this lighter shade, and the shimmers are pretty good. Like, they're not the most pigmented, but they're not like terrible. Like, this is what it is right there, so it's not too bad. But I love these, like these two, and this one. These are colors I use so many times whenever I'm going for a neutral look and I want to make sure like I have something that's like, you know, vibrant, and I don't want to have to like go through so many colors. I just grab this. Like I said about the other palette, if I went out of town and I need to just have like a small amount of like makeup, this would be the other palette I would bring, because I could do like a neutral look. If I want to tone it down, I don't have to use that black. I could just use like the darker brown and the other brown. But yes, I love her. Okay, powders. The About Face Curtain Call powder is probably one of my most used powders right now. I actually have one in my kit because when I was doing like prom makeup and stuff, they barely had any like skin tone powders in Ulta, which I'm not shocked, especially because the Ulta I went to, I'm really not shocked that one didn't have it. But this is the shade Applause. I also have the shade Finale. I use that one whenever I want like a pink undertone for like when I'm setting my highlighted areas. But this one, I love her so much. She's deep enough for my skin tone to the point where like it doesn't like really change my foundation color in my opinion, but it's not like lightening it, because I have some deep powders that I feel like they're deep but they slick, like I feel like wash me out a little bit because they're a little bit too light. Like, they're not too light, but this one's like the like perfect shade. I'm not gonna lie to you. So continuing to talk about powders, this is the Mel Cosmetics She's Alive like Frankenstein and a Bride of Frankenstein powder. This came out for last Halloween around that time with their Universal Monsters like collection, and I don't have that much left, but I like to use this mainly like when I set my eyeshadow base. This is usually what I use it for. I used to use it like around my face, and I feel like it's still a good powder for all over your face, but I like to use translucent powders to like help like set my eyeshadow base. So I love her. I don't think it's in stock though, because I tried to buy it like when they were having a sale a couple months ago, and that bitch was out of stock unless you bought like the whole kit, and I already have the whole kit, so I'm like. The last powder we're going to talk about is the One Size powder. This is the ultimate setting powder, and I actually have it in Marigold, which is like a yellowish color. I used it to set all my highlighting areas, and I feel like it's a pretty good shade for me. Like, I feel like if you're a little bit darker than me, you could use it, but I think they have like a rich peach, and I feel like that's gonna be really cute. Like, I'm debating on getting that one, but this is what it looks like, and yeah, it's a lot. Like, I'm never gonna run out of this. Like, I'm gonna be using this for a good little minute, and I've advocated for a good little minute. So one thing I love is to use like those like shimmer eyeshadows to cut my crease, and today to cut my crease I use the Fractal Eye Paint in the shade, I think it's like Apollo. Yes, Apollo Empire. This is from About Face, and I like to use these type of things just so I can like cut my crease and I don't have to like try to build up the shadow like this. I feel like this is what it looks like. I put this on first, so this is what it is right there. And then after I put that on, I actually applied the champagne like eyeshadow on top. And I feel like this is a really good base because, mind you, I feel like when I used to do like looks like this, I would have to do like a like whites or like a very light concealer, set that, and then try to build up an eyeshadow on top. And I feel like that's a lot of work. And this just like, I feel like helps it just be an easier process, and I don't have to use too many products and waste so much time. So any like little eyeshadow product like this, I feel like is really good. I usually don't use this by itself. I mean, it gives a look, but I feel like I want something that's a little bit more bold if I'm putting on a shimmer. Mascara, my Milani Anti-Gravity Mascara. This is the one I use the most, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a bigger wand. It is a volumizing wand, but I love her so much. I use this all the time for my top lashes, and she's not that expensive. I can't remember how much I got, but I got it at Walgreens. Another product that I got from Walgreens is the Hydrating Setting Spray from Black Radiance. This is one of the sprays I've been using a lot. I have like half of it left, but it's pretty good. I use this basically when I'm like doing my base. So after I put my like actual like liquid foundation, concealer stuff on, I spray my face, and then when I set it with the powders, I'll spray my face again. Once I do my eyeshadow like underneath my eyes and my blush, then I will say it one last time with Hydrating Setting Spray. And I just like to use Hydrating Setting Sprays. I like switch them out. Like I have this one, and I also like the Milk Hydro Grip Hydrating Setting Spray. That's also one of my favorites, but this is what I use today. Foundation. So I love this foundation. I've used this for so many of my like favorite like glam looks within the last couple months. This is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation, and I have the shade New Caledonia, and I'm almost out of it. Like whenever I apply it, I'm like, yeah, I'm getting low because it be struggling a little bit to come out. So I probably will be like restocking on this, but I love her. She gives a nice little like full glam. I feel like, yes, it's radiant, but I don't feel like it's too radiant for someone with oily skin like me that is gonna like make you look like a grease ball. Like I don't think it's that bad. Like I mean, I haven't had my makeup on for that long, but I like to use this. Like I don't know, she's really cute. She's really cute. If it's hot as fuck outside, probably not gonna wear her. I'm probably not gonna wear her out unless I'm gonna be out for like 2 seconds and come back in the house. But yes, one of my favorites. For my blush that I use, it the Nestmeyer's Beauty Blurring Balm Powder Blush in Prima Donna. Prima Donna is like a kind of like hot pink shade, and I love this shade. Like I use this all the time. Like when I first got this, you could not get me to put this down. Like this was like my most used blush, and I mean I've used quite a little bit of it. You do see some foundation from me applying it because I just like dip my brush in, apply it, dip my brush back in, but she's working. But this one, I think it does dry down matte, so you don't necessarily have to add a powder on top. But I'm not gonna lie, I like to build my stuff up. I want my stuff to be vibrant and in your face, so you ain't gotta do it. But I set my powder. I set my blush, I mean. And then talk about blush, I'm using the ColourPop pressed powder blush for my blush today, and it's in the shade that Text Me. And I told you I love a pink blush, and this is what it looks like. One of my favorite pink blushes. I will definitely be looking to see what other colors they have, because I feel like it's a pretty good blush. Like it's not that bad, and you could use it by itself, but like I said, I like to build my shit up unless I'm running out of time and I'm just like, I just need something on my face. A primer. This is the Scandinavia Makeup Primer Spray and Oil Control. I literally have like this much left. I use this all the time for my looks. Sometimes I don't use it if I'm not gonna have my makeup on for that long, but I feel like it does help. And Scandinavia has some really good products. So yeah, I get it from Cosmetics. They have like products like the Scandinavia brand. They have Benai. They have like Meron. So they have like the more like MUA like products. But yes, this is one of my favorite ones. Okay, so concealer and primers. I'm using the Milk Pore Eclipse Mattifying Primer and the Milk Hydro Grip Primer for this look. So I put the Pore Eclipse Primer first, that way it mattifies, and then I use the grip on top, that way it grips like better to my product, so it's not having to like fight through the blurring powder, I mean the mattifying powder, if that makes sense. But I get the little sample sizes. Sometimes they have little sets where you get good deals, and I have like maybe half of this left, and this is a recent restock. Like I ran out of it and I had to restock. I have glitter that wastes everywhere. One of my favorite concealers recently has been the Pat McGrath Labs Sublime Perfection Skin Finish Concealer. I think that's what it's called, something like that. But it's MD24 is the shade that I like to use, and I feel like this is a nice like golden shade, and it's not too bright because I don't like too bright of a highlight, but I feel like it gives enough like dimension to my face to like actually make it like pop a little bit. So, and I feel like this is a full coverage foundation. I love her though. So if you've never heard of the play pigments from Deb Cosmetics, I love them absolutely. Like, I used them for my brows today, and I used it like the little pink designs on my face. This is what I used it for. I'll have like basically almost a full collection now because I just bought some new products from them. But I love them. They're multi-use. Like I said, I literally have drawn on my face with them. I've done my brows with them. I've like drawn like people and like different illustrations with them. And then I feel like you could use this to like cut your crease like I did with the shimmer today. And you can also use this for eyeshadow base. I would just like blend it out like differently. But yeah, I love her. And this is in the shade to Finish Her. This is probably my most used shade. So the glitter that waste was Xebec. It's a cosmic glitter from JelliWink Cosmetics. And I love it for when I do my brows, especially because I've done it with like blonde brows. In that brown moment, it was like a blondish pinkish brow. That was a brown moment. Like that wasn't chef's kiss. That's why I had to do it again today. And I love it. Oh, and I do have a like code for JelliWink Cosmetics. It's ArtistryxAriel. You can use that, but like I know they're having a July 4th sale going on right now. I don't know if this video is gonna be up before like it goes off, but check out their sales and stuff. I feel like they're also just pretty affordable in general, to the point where it's like not like you're breaking the bank to try it. And like these are like some of the best glitters I've seen, not gonna lie to you. And I actually used the Jellyfix glitter glue for my brows. Like I put this after I did the play pigment and let it dry down a little bit. I added this on my like brows, but I like put it on the back of my hand, that way I'm not like dipping straight into the jar. But I also love the peel off glitter glue. I just had to get rid of it because I think I got a bad batch last time. But I decided to just use this one, so this is the only one I have. But I will be restocking on the peel off glitter glue because it makes it so much easier. If I'm putting glitter in like big areas of my face, I can literally just pull it off without having to worry about having it like glitter spread over my face. But yes, one of my favorite products to clean above my brows is the Lift and Flex concealer from the Nefertiti Beauty. This is in the shade 15, and I use this just to clean up my brows. I could use this for concealer if I wanted like a like really like neutral or natural like concealer moment. I don't know, if I want my makeup to not be as dramatic. This is what it looks like right there. So it's a little bit darker than like the shade I normally use to highlight. That's why I use it to clean up my brows. That way it's a little bit closer to my foundation shade, if that makes sense. So I don't always use eyeshadow bases, but if I use eyeshadow base, I like this one from Cosmetics. This is in the shade Nefertiti, and I feel like this is a good eyeshadow base. These remind me of the P. Louise like eyeshadow bases. If you know, I used to buy those, but you know, but yes, this is a really good like alternative, and it's a black owned business, so go support. My favorite liquid lipsticks, oh my gosh, like I feel like if you watch my videos you've probably seen these 10 million times, but they're the Ariel Beauty liquid lipsticks in the shade Absolutely, which is like this brown color, and I use this around my lips. Like this is my favorite for whenever I'm doing a new lip combo. That's what it looks like. So it's like a shade or two lighter, a shade or two darker than my lips. Like it's not a dramatic one, because sometimes like some brands go too deep and I'm like, baby, that's not going, like it's just too much of a difference. But I also like this one. This is Leave a Message, and this is what I use in the middle of my lips. But yeah, they're really good quality. I love them. Like I was like searching for them because I could not find them, and I was like, I have to have these in my like favorites video because I use them so much. But yeah, that's what I use for my base for my lips today. If you know me, you know I love the Color Fix, and this is the shade Obsidian. This is actually one of their like metallic shades, but it's not really metallic in my opinion. That's what I used for the black today. It's really more of like a solid, or like I guess a faint metallic in my opinion. I ran out of blackout, and that's usually what I use, but last time I looked on their website it was still out of stock, so I just decided to just use this one because I already had it. But yes, I'm almost out of this one too. But I use this to do like designs on my face. You could use this to do your brows. I have used it for my brows. You can use this for a lip combo. I've used it like as an eyeshadow base on my eyes. I've used it for like outlining the like designs and stuff I do on my face. But the Color Fix in general are just like an amazing product, so I definitely recommend them. I literally have almost a full collection, I'm not gonna lie to you. And she just dropped like a different version of the Color Fix. They're like eyeshadow sticks, and I cannot wait for mine to come in because everyone has been like using them and they look so good. Once I actually get them, I'm gonna update y'all about how I feel about them. But yes, definitely support the Nefertiti Beauty, one of my favorite brands, I'm not gonna lie to you. So lately I've been using the Ulta Beauty. This is their Color Punch liquid liner, and honestly there's glitter everywhere, like I'm trying to get it off. But this is what I normally use to line like my top lash line and to like draw my molars back on. And sometimes when I'm doing like illustrations I'll like outline it with this, but I'm almost out. This is what it looks like. I love tips like this. I don't know, I feel like they're just easier to use than like the like felt tips for me personally. but this is what it looks like, and it's very pigmented. Two things are the glosses I use today, and I use the About Face. This is their Light Lock lip gloss and Play Hooky. This is the brown I normally use whenever I'm doing a new lip combo, or I use the Half Magic. I think it's like Chaos Brown. It's their like brown like lip gloss that has like shimmer in it. I love that one. I cannot find it. I don't know where I did with it, but I'm going to look for that because that's my other favorite gloss. I'm not going to lie to you. And a gloss I love to use whenever I want like a little sparkly moment in the middle, I use the So Glaze lip gloss from Juvia's Place. I've used quite a bit of this. This has been a favorite for a very long time. And then I guess I'll show you my brushes, you know, a little extra extended version. These are the brushes that I used today. So for my eyes, I used a lot of brushes from the like neon glitter like line from Moda brush, and I like to use them either like this one I know I use to like clean up my brow above it. I use this for the black underneath my eyes. I use this to put glue on my eyebrow, and then I use this one to add the glitter. This one I use, what did I use that one for? Oh, I use that one to like contour my nose. This one I use for the shimmer. This is from the Be-YOU-tiful collection, and this one's small enough to where like it's not gonna get everywhere, but it's not too tiny. It's gonna take you forever to add like a shimmer on. But I love these like type of brushes to add shimmers. This is a flat like concealer brush, and this is the paddle shader, and I like to use this either to apply like my contour or bronzer, or I can use this to cut my crease. This is the perfect brush to cut your crease, I'm not gonna lie. So I like to use this brush. This is the detail brush from Moda brush, and I use this to add the shadow underneath my eye, but you can also use this to like smudge out your eyeshadow, or if you want to like blend your lip like combo out, I feel like you can use this too. This is the eyeshadow brush. You can use this for eyeshadow. You can use this to blend out your contour and stuff. The contour brush, the BMD 120, this is my favorite one to apply like powder blush on my face. This is what I use after I did my blush today. Same thing from Moda. This is the Precision Angle Brush BMX 465. I like this brush to like contour my nose because like it's like curved, or like you see how it's like just not flat, and I feel like the angle in itself, it just makes it so much easier to add that dimension to your nose. One of my favorite like powder like bronzer brushes is the Angle Brush from Moda brush. This is the BMX 120, and this one like I feel like it's not too big that like your like bronzer or your contour is gonna get everywhere, but it's not too tiny that I feel like you're gonna have to like sit here and like brush your face for like a good little second. But I love her. One of my favorite liner brushes is from JelliWink Cosmetics. I have like a little set of them, but this is the one I use to apply like the black one, and this would be one that I would do like face designs with, or if I want to do like graphic liner, I feel like this would be a good size. I've had these brushes for a good little minute. This is my favorite brush to apply all over the face powder. I always use this almost every time I do my makeup. This is the brush I use. This is from Japonesque, and this is the Luxe powder brush. I got this from like TJ Maxx, like it might be a year ago, I'm not gonna lie. It was a good little minute ago, but I love this one because it's fluffy enough that like it's not gonna be too precise like when it comes to like applying the powder to where it looks like kind of weird. You have to like buff it out. But I love this because it's big enough for me to apply the powder all over my face. This is probably one of like the flattest yet fluffy brush that I've ever like had for like a powder, so that's why I love her so freaking much. To blend out my highlighter, this is the brush I usually use. This is the Made by Mitchell MF18 brush, and this is actually one of the brushes that comes with like the highlighter duos. And yeah, she's like small enough to where like you can be kind of precise. Like sometimes I have used it on my brow bone, but if I want to be precise, I'll use like one of those eyeshadow brushes from Moda brush. But yeah, this is a really good brush, and it's smaller than the MF3, which is what I use to like set my highlighted areas. So this is the difference, but these both are like essentials. And I use this, I don't even remember what I use this for, probably to like blend out my contour or something, but this is something you can blend out your contour with. This is something if you want to like blend eyeshadow underneath your eye, if you want to like apply something to your brows, you can also use this, or if you want to clean up either underneath or above your brows. This is from Beats by Deb Cosmetics. This is the 09 brush. Now, I bought like the whole brush set like months ago when I was doing like the Valentine's Day contest, so definitely check out her brushes. They're some of my favorite brushes, I'm not gonna lie. Like Moda brush, Beats by Deb Cosmetics, Made by Mitchell, and Real Techniques. Those are like my top 4 brush brands. And another Beats by Deb brush, this is the 04 brush. This is my favorite brush to like actually blend out my concealer. I love this brush. Like it's big enough to like take over like those bigger areas of my face. And then like if I wanted to use this underneath my eyes, sometimes I do. It's not too big that it's gonna like mess up my brow. Like I can't be precise. But yes, I love this brush so much. And another Beats by Deb brush, this is the 08 brush. I like to use this for eyeshadow. Like usually like this is usually the brush I use for like the second lightest eyeshadow, if that makes sense. But you could also use this to blend out your contour, to like blend out like really anything. I'm not gonna lie, like if you want to blend out like your concealer above or beneath your brow, you could use this. But this is my favorite type of brush for like an eyeshadow moment, like blending out like the base shadow. One of my favorite foundation brushes is from Moda brush, and this is their Complexion BMD 185. I just like that it's dense. Like I don't really like the big like triangular like brushes for foundation. Sometimes I will use them, like that's like my like I need to wash my brushes like brush. But this one is one of my favorite ones because it's so precise, and I feel like I get better coverage with this brush. And then another like Moda brush from that type of collection, this is their medium blur brush. This is BMD 191. I like to use this brush to blend out my concealer, but I usually love to use it for my blush. So whenever I'm using a cream or a liquid brush, I feel like this just helps me like keep the blush in one area, because some like blush brushes, like they're way too big to actually like blend it out. I feel like you get blush everywhere. So if I want a more precise blush moment, I love this one. I love it, I love it, I love it. We got 4 brushes left. This is the Made by Mitchell ME1. I absolutely love this brush. This is the brush I usually use closest to my crease when I want to add like the dimension shadow. This is what I use because it makes it like a little bit more precise, so I don't have it over like all of my eye. Like I want it to be a little bit more precise, and if I want to, I could use this underneath my eye to blend out the eyeshadow. Another brush, this is the Crease brush, the BMX 430 from Moda brush. This is one of my favorite eyeshadow brushes. It's fluffy enough that I can like blend it out and not too compact to where it's gonna be hard to like blend out the shadows like closer to my brow, if that makes sense. Last brush from Moda brush is the detail brush. This is a good brush that I would use to like blend out the eyeshadow underneath my eye. That's why I use it for today, and I feel like it's compact enough to where like you can like be a little bit more precise to like keep it like eyeshadow in one area, but it's also fluffy enough that you could go like down low, if that makes sense. The last brush I'm going to show y'all is the MF4 brush, and this is the brush I like to use all the time to blend out my cream or my liquid bronzer or contour. This one just like, I don't know, like the brush in itself, like it's a little bit dense, but it's not too dense. But I feel like this is a great like brush to blend out cream or liquid products, because like you have a little bit more control, because I don't want my bronzer or my contour to be everywhere, because if you over contour on my face, it looks kind of weird. So I feel like this is just like the perfect like dense brush to use to actually like bronze or contour my face. But yeah, that is the end of my favorites video for June. I hope y'all like this video. If y'all have any like videos y'all want me to do, please let me know. But I love y'all so much, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.